How inflation affects your daily life. What is inflation? Inflation is basically a hidden tax on everybody. When government prints more money, adding more to the money supply that the government provides to the citizens and the world, it causes inflation, meaning the current money that was already in circulation loses value. What that means is a coffee that cost $3 yesterday now costs $3.50. Not because the price of coffee went up by the company, it's just the value of the dollar went down. And this is something that people need to understand. Whenever the government says we'll pay for that, which means we'll print more money, making you think that they're helping you, but they're secretly taxing the people. Your grocery bill is the best explanation on it. Food prices increased between 2019 and today's prices. Food prices up 25%. And this markup says also dining out serves 12%, but also because people need more money, they're actually adding the crazy tipping culture to where you go buy a burger and people are expecting a tip for the burger. So that this overall costs more money. That is the price of inflation. People need more money, so they do it. Also, companies use this as a way of increasing price, and they say, "Oh, it's just inflation." Well, no, they're just increasing the prices. And currently, people are starting to be priced out. And the housing market is the biggest example of that. Homes are not selling. People that thought, okay, I'll buy my home, let it sit for 5 years, it'll go up in value and I'll sell it. They're coming to find out they have no one to sell it to because people cannot afford the cost of the house. And some people are actually trapped in their homes or they end up selling the home at a loss. Okay, so when you talk about housing costs, let's say if you're just a renter, your rent will go up, and also your renter fees. It'll be some type of weird fee that's on your renter bill that you'll have to pay, and that's basically how your landlord uses that. Some just to keep the property uptake, but also that means they have to pay extra fees, extra taxes, extra property taxes as well on it. And also, in some cases, when inflation kicks in, people mortgage rates go up. Depending on the loan policy, it can increase the mortgage rates to people. And of course, maintenance goes up. Transportation goes up. The price of gas, the price of car maintenance, the price to even take the bus. All of that goes up, and that affects people and affects the economy because of the trucks that are used to transport goods to a location has to pay more in gas, more in maintenance, more, and more. That means the prices on the shelves are going to go up as well. However, one thing that does not automatically go up is the paycheck for the wage slaves, people that have to go to work every day to make a wage. Now, you did just get a raise for 2%, but inflation went up 10%. So your increase at your wage that your employer provided did not match inflation. So you're like, oh, it's okay, I have my savings. But a lot of people that just have money sitting in a savings account, they're losing money as well. This is what gets a lot of people into the stock market and crypto coins and to other things because they're just, some people are just trying to keep their money from losing value. And that's the ultimate goal of inflation. This is why the politicians keep pushing it. They do not want you to save the money. The people that get hit the hardest are two groups of people. You have people on fixed income, usually the older elderly people, or people that is disabled for some reason, and young workers, the students, college students, that usually will get the minimum wage jobs on it. But because they increase the minimum wage, employers are less likely to hire college students. How to protect your family from inflation. Okay, so you want to build an emergency fund, but also you don't necessarily have that emergency fund in a just a regular savings account. You may want to put that into a high interest, one that makes at least minimum 3%, either CD, I would say a CD that's getting 3%, or because it's emergency fund, the CD may be hard to get, or put it in a stock, or try to find a like Navy Federal that pays a pretty good interest for saving. Make sure that the interest on the savings account is beating inflation. Right now, 3%. I know they said like 2.5. You really want 4%. Be honest, yeah, we're looking for 4%. Only really way to do that is to put that money in the stock market for it. And I can go more in detail on that. Negotiating your salary, you can ask your boss for a raise if you have proven yourself the need for a raise, not just because you want it. And then I'll talk about inflation. But the biggest thing is shop smartly. If the price of eggs goes to $20, that does not mean you pay $20 for the price of eggs. And then also reduce costs. Refine loans, cut out subscriptions and things that you don't need. Because these smaller changes will add up. If you cook at home instead of for eating out, you will save money if you buy properly at the grocery store. Carpool with friends to work, save money on gas. Buy generic brands instead of for the name brand, heavily marketed items. The reason why a lot of heavily marketed items cost more is not because they're better, it's because they have to pay for the marketing. Knowledge is your best defense. So just pay attention to what's going on with money. Whenever the Federal Reserve is doing something, either they're shrinking, quantitative easing, or quantitative easing, or the opposite of quantitative easing means they're restricting money by raising rates, or if they're lowering rates, that means they're printing more money out. Understand what that means because that does affect you. You have to understand that you are a business, so the more that you know helps. Thank you.